How dangerous is weight cutting? Because on the outside, like when we spoke to people on it, it seems pretty drastic.
Yeah, I think the big thing with weight cutting is a lot of fighters is they just be wing it. They just go, oh, I've got 6 weeks and I've got to lose 8 kilos, and they go, oh, I'll just wing it, I'll just cut the portion size down, and you don't really know what they do, and then it comes to they have to do a big water cut then, and the hydration side of things, it's such a dangerous area. You get it wrong, people have died. I remember when I first moved to Perth, there was a 17-year-old girl, and she had to cut a couple of kilos, and she got told by a coach to run around the block, and she collapsed and died. She's running the sweatsuit. So like, it's serious, and I don't think fighters appreciate the seriousness of it, but you know, you get it wrong, you cut that little bit extra water, that could potentially be the difference of you. So you're around 65% water. So 70 kilo males around 42 litres of water. So body water stored in 2 different compartments. The intracellular fluid, which is basically fluid in your cells, in your muscle cell, kidney, brain cells, and that's where the majority of water in your body is stored. And then the second part is the extracellular fluid. So that's split into 2 categories. Interstitial fluid is basically fluid in between them cells, and fluid in the plasma. So that's fluid in the blood.
No, I'm with you.
So when you initially begin to sweat to cool the body down, you begin losing water from the plasma, from the blood and the interstitial fluid. But the more dehydrated you get, the more water is getting pulled from in them cells. So that's when you're getting into dangerous territory. You're getting pulled from brain cells, kidneys, and then you're doing them big water cuts. You're so depleted that can increase the risk of, you could have a seizure, potential death. Yeah. So that's why it's like really important to determine where you're actually losing that water from. And you've probably seen fighters who you've been watched the UFC, and a guy's been hit, and you think, how's they conked? That wasn't even like that hard of a shot. Yeah. That's not saying that's 100% the reason, but they may have done a big cut. And the thing is with water balance too, you don't just, as soon as you weigh and you drink fluid and it goes, oh sweet, back everywhere it went. Water goes through gradients in your body. It doesn't just slot back in. It takes time. So like getting water back into them cells, if you're doing a big cut, could take up to 48 hours. So you're fighting 24 hours later and you've done a massive water cut. You might be dehydrated in the brain, get hit. That's a risk of concussion, get knocked out. So it's this is why I said like the water cutting process is something that you've got to take seriously, because there's so many variables and so many bad things that can happen.
How much of an impact does it have on their career, like going forward, like the longevity of their career? Like if they're cutting a lot of weight from the start, could it potentially shorten their career?
100%. And what ends up happening, this is a big problem I have with guys who start working with, is a guy comes to me and go, oh, I fight at 70 kilos, and they walk down to 85. Why'd you fight 70 kilos? Oh, because my coach told me that's the weight. So they've got they're just fighting at that weight with no idea, is their body type suited to fight to that weight? Yeah. And then they end up doing big weight cuts, and they're just doing that continuously.
That's a lot of weight cut, man.
Yeah, the first thing I say to guys who sign up with me, and females as well, is I want you to get a body composition assessment. And they go, why? Right? We want to see, realistically, is your weight class suitable for you? Because as I mentioned before, say there's person A who's fighting at lightweight, 70 kilos, and he walks around at 82 kilos and he's got 15% body fat. And then you've got person B, same weight, but he's got 8% body fat. Person A is going to find it a lot easier getting down to that weight, because you've got body fat, you've got weight to lose. If you're really lean, where are you getting that weight from? Yeah, it's literally like you're trying to pull weight off nothing, basically. So then you end up doing a bigger water cut. You end up cutting into your muscle, which for the fighter you want to preserve your muscle. So then your strength gains go down, your power goes down, like all attributes that a fighter needs. So a big thing that I see is fighters are competing at a weight class which is not designed for them at all.